We have ignition.
The Geek Week in Review.
Hello and welcome once again to the Geek Week in Review with me, Jacob's Toys. Of course, the wonderful one and only SuperSorrell, all the way from Disney, and Ryan Speaks Geek, who's morphed into Buzz. Wow.
I just wanted to feel slightly Disney, even for a moment.
That's it. I'm a little bit jealous. As you can probably tell, I'm a little bit full of a cold, and Sorrell is just rubbing it in. Oh, we lost him. We've lost him.
That's what happened.
The Disney Wi-Fi is gone. He will be back.
You know what it was? It's because I didn't get permission to show that Buzz Lightyear, and they were like, cut the feed. Cut the feed.
There was. They just cut him out. There he is. There he is. He's back. He's back. Yeah, as you can probably tell, I'm a little bit full of a cold. Sorrell's just rubbing it in with that beautiful Florida sunshine behind him. But yeah, so if you're new to the show, geekweekreview.co.uk, check it out for all the socials. But let's get into it. Sorrell, how is it out there?
It's awesome. Well, I can't turn my camera around, which is a shame. I'm going to have to turn my whole phone around. Hang on a minute. Look what I'm in front of.
Oh, that's that castle from that thing, isn't it?
Wow, look at that. Look at that. He's really there, people. He is really there. Amazing.
It's the green
Amazing.
screen we've ever paid for.
Well, this is the best part because I'm in my little running scooter, which is awesome. So I'm going to take you guys for a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom during this podcast.
Amazing. This is incredible. I love it. I love it.
You don't get this in any other podcast.
No,
we're doing now.
Well, we're just in Disney. It's live from Disney. So yeah, it's been a funny week though, to be honest with you. There's not been a huge amount happen. But there have been a few little bits here and there that have kind of kept the week moving. I think first of all, we need to let's talk about Ant-Man. Ant-Man, we got the final trailer for.
Oh, what a good trailer.
It was pretty cool, wasn't it?
I think,
pretty
Ash,
cool.
I'm going to have to say this. I think when you're not talking, you may have to mute because not that I don't love hearing the entire of the Magical Kingdom.
Mate, I'm just sitting casually as a parade going past.
It's a parade.
It's just a random parade going past. So I'm just sat here vibing to it.
Health and safety wise, all right? You can't podcast and parade at the same time. We've been through this.
Right, 50 quid right now if you join the parade in your cart, mate. Just
yeah. Live.
I'll PayPal that over to you right now.
In front of the parade and go, it's the Geek Week in Review, and then just drive slowly the distance.
Oh, anyway, Ant-Man. Let's talk Ant-Man. So that trailer dropped, the final trailer for Ant-Man Quantumania. What did you make of it? What did you think?
So good.
Yeah?
I'm really happy. I'm really excited. And obviously, the main thing everyone's talking about is what we'd already discussed previously. I'm not saying we called it, but we totally called it about MODOK and it being just, old matey Yellow Jacket. You know?
Yeah.
As always, the internet's divided, but when are they not? I'm really excited we're getting a live action MODOK. I mean, that is something like when, we often talk about like when we're younger and we think, oh, you wouldn't see this, you wouldn't see that character. That one is one that's so bizarre in its design. It's so comic booky and unusual. I really didn't think we'd see MODOK in a live action. I got the stop motion bit with Patton Oswalt, the cartoon. Yep. I never thought we'd see it in a film.
No.
Never thought. Awesome.
No. And there's a lot of talk as well because, as we know, it's Yellow Jacket. Spoilers ahead, but we know that. Cross is coming back and people are kind of divided about the origin story because it's going to obviously be different to the origin story of MODOK in the comics. But but I don't know if that would have translated very well. To be fair, I'm quite behind this idea that it's Yellow Jacket, and I think that I think it's going to be cool. I'm gonna withhold kind of judgment until it's actually happened. Sorrell's actually given us a parade there.
Just a casual bit of parade, cheeky little bit of parade.
That's madness. Well, I did say get.
What I love is that we're having our Geek Week in Review, and Ash is having a great time. He's just here.
He said if I could get a character in the podcast, I get extra points. So job's accomplished.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
Me and Jake are going to be broke by the end of this. We've got to start betting on things.
A lot of people in the comments there. Jonathan Majors as Kang is going to kill it. Trailer looks cool, but I kind of feel that they're showing a little bit too much. Yeah, I agree. I've
also got a cold.
Yeah. I don't know about showing too much though, because I think there's going to be a lot in this film to unpack. Like, we still haven't really seen Stinger properly. We haven't seen like what she's going to look like. We haven't really seen a huge amount about MODOK, and I mean Kang. We've only really seen kind of snippets.
Yeah.
So I'm quite intrigued as to what the film's going to turn out to be.
Cassie, we've not seen much of her in this new trailer, did we? She was like in it a little bit. I wonder if she's going to be a main star of this film or whether she's going to be just a secondary character.
Yeah. Well, she has a suit as well, which is quite cool.
Yeah, it's like a purple one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really excited for it. I am really excited for it. I can't wait to see where it goes and what they do with it. And it's, I mean, Kang, for example, I think they're doing him perfectly well. I think it's, and I really like the visuals on him. I love all the kind of concept art that we've seen so far, and what they've shown us, I'm really excited for.
Agreed. And what's interesting as well is that we're seeing what is typically known as a kind of more of a comedy type Marvel film series, like even with Ant-Man and the Wasp, because of Paul Rudd's obviously comedic talents, and we know he can do serious, but his comedic talents, we're seeing I think in this one a bit more of a serious tone to it, which is not something you normally get in an Ant-Man film. Even when he's in the other films that he comes in, he's normally the comic relief character. So I think seeing that both these trailers have had a more serious tone to it. They've had a bit of lighthearted in the first one, but this one definitely has a more serious sort of undertone to it. And I think that's going to be really interesting to see, is Ant-Man being more of a serious hero in this one, rather than because it was, as we talked about before, like it's sort of almost ridiculous concept. So it needed to be comedic to start with, and you needed someone like Paul Rudd. And now we've gone past that, and now everything's so unusual and weird that a man that could shrink and grow is not very unusual anymore in Marvel films. So this is turning it into like a more serious. So it can afford to be more serious now, and I think that's exciting. Also, choosing Ant-Man to be the one that kicks off effectively the Kang saga
Dynasty,
that's coming.
Yeah. Viz in the comments there saying that Quantumania will have the same level of No Way Home and Infinity War from what it looks like in the trailer. I don't think you're wrong there. I think that they're definitely setting it up as a big cinematic piece. I think when you think about it as well, like Ant-Man's one of the last kind of surviving few of the original sort of heroes, if you like. But I know he wasn't there at the very beginning, but he's one of the OGs. There was a rumor though, wasn't there? Because Will Ferrell was supposedly in the running to play Ant-Man at one point. Did you ever hear that rumor?
Yeah. I think there was a couple of people from the Frat Pack, as they used to be called, I think were considered. I mean, we had John C. Reilly in Guardians of the Galaxy, so Will Ferrell can't be far behind. They normally follow each other, don't they?
Exactly. Evening, Mick. Mick is in the comments. What is an Ant-Man? Mick, we love you. But yeah, so it's
why is Gamora? Sorry.
Why? But no, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Which kind of leads me on to my next point, is that the Marvel Legends team have been talking about reveals this week. They're going to be doing some reveals this week, and there's a lot of buzz about whether that's going to be Quantumania Wave.
It has to be, surely.
It's got to be, hasn't it? I mean, we had a lot of leaks to say what characters we were going to get, and MODOK was in there as the builder figure. And now that we've seen the trailer, it kind of adds up. So yeah, I kind of hope it is. I kind of hope we are going to get some Quantumania figures. And what's interesting is that it feels very close to the film, whereas previously they've released them way before, based on obviously trailers and concept art and stuff like that. So Joby one, is this going to be Paul Rudd's send off? Question mark. That's a good point. I mean, is this going to be his swan song?
Maybe. I don't want it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's set up to obviously replace him. You know, they've got Cassie coming up through the ranks.
Could be Wasp.
Yeah, see, I think if we're going to lose somebody, it's going to be Wasp. Sorrell dropped the bombshell there, and I think he's dropped out of Wi-Fi at the same time.
I just heard Wasp.
Either that, or he's like really, you know.
I don't know if it'll be Wasp. I would actually, if I was going to say if anyone, I reckon we'll lose the seniors. I think the seniors could cop it.
Yeah. Right there. You're right there. Viz in the comments says that I hope that the Ant-Man figure is a brand new mold and the older mold from 2018. Same goes for Wasp. They've got to update that Wasp one. They have to update that Wasp one because she was a real peg warmer. A lot of people hated that. I bought about 6 of them in the end because I used it for a lot of customs. But yeah, she's got a whole new look as well, hasn't she? She's gone for like the short hair look, which looks really cool. Like she looks very much.
That was the most fashion conscious that we've sounded. She's got a whole new look in this one, guys. She's gone for a whole new style, a whole new vibe.
She's gone for a real 2023 look.
Yeah, what up?
But yeah, I just think that she's I think Wasp could potentially go. I don't know. There's got to be an emotional tie to it, hasn't there? There's got to be something that plays on the emotion.
Concentrate, because I just keep trying to look at what Ash is looking at. He keeps looking like left and right, and I'm like, what's he seeing? What's he seeing? Sorry. Oh,
I love it. I love it.
They've got to probably update the figure. I mean, if it's been that long since they haven't.
Yeah, they've done a couple. They've done a couple of Ant-Man figures in the past, but yeah, they're not. Yeah, I don't know. Stephen in the comments there as well said about Megan. Saw Megan on Friday.
I really want to see it.
I haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it. It's one of them ones where it's kind of on my list, and I keep seeing the trailer and the poster and stuff. I'm like, I need to get around to going and seeing this, but yeah, I will at some point.
It's on the potential for a crossover with Chucky.
Oh, I know. Can you imagine?
Well, I don't know, because I've just finished watching Chucky season 2, and I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah, see, I'm halfway through that at the moment.
Season 1 or season 2?
Yeah, season 2.
It's really good. It's absolutely fucking nuts. It is a proper, like, it's a full-on love letter to Chucky in, like, all of its history. And it's like every character, every aspect nothing has been ignored. No. So much Chucky.
Going back to Ant-Man and the Wasp, because Mick's made a sensible comment. So let's appreciate that and focus on it. 2018 Ant-Man is awful and so hard to pose. The Wasp I actually have 2 of and are great figures. To be TBF, I really want Ant-Man and the Wasp to be the grounding for the new Avengers. You know what? I was thinking exactly the same thing, because at the end of the day, they are. We've lost Sorrell again. He'll be back. They are original Avengers. You know, they are original Avengers, and it would be a really good way of them setting that up and kind of paying homage to their characters by putting them in sort of version 2. If that makes sense. And I think that they would be a good kind of pair to lead the team as well.
Yeah, I'd agree, because I think, you know, Sam Wilson's going to be sort of doing his own thing as Captain America, and, you know, with really cementing that identity and stuff like that. So yeah, and I think to have another Captain America lead, just by default lead the Avengers, I think would be a mistake. So I think I agree. I think they'd make a good pair.
Yeah.
Nick made a sensible comment. Someone's stolen his phone.
Yeah.
From Andy.
But no, I do agree. I think that's a really good idea, and it kind of popped into my head, and then I was like, oh no, don't be stupid. No one's gonna agree with that. But yeah, I do agree. I think it would be a really good way of setting up the new Avengers. And they've got the grounding for a new team already, haven't they? They've got everyone there. The other thing as well, it's interesting, is because Captain Marvel was supposed to be in that original scene, wasn't she? Where Captain America says the whole Avengers, and then it cuts out when he's looking out to the group of potential new recruits. Yes. And she was supposed to be in that, and somebody, I can't remember the name of the actor, but she stood in and everything, and they cut it. So she potentially could be the new kind of captain role, if you like, or leader role, and Ant-Man and the Wasp there as the kind of the OGs, the trainers, the the cool uncle and aunt, like that kind of character. But
we're not going to try and talk street to you kids, all right? We just get it. We're just there. We're happening.
Yeah.
Let's go to Blockbuster. Oh wait.
Yeah. So I'm just catching up on the comments there. But yeah, I think I do agree. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it. It's a good looking.
I'm actually more excited about the films this year for Marvel than I was previously. And Jake's just cut his camera off. And welcome to Ryan Speaks Geek. I'm back on my own channel now. I'm doing the Geek Weekend review on my own. I got rid of these guys. Didn't need them anymore.
Can you not see me?
No, you're gone. You disappeared, mate.
Can you hear me though?
You know what? Let's just do this. Oh, what? No one could be seen.
Can you hear me though?
Sorry. I can hear you. Like the voice of God, I can hear you.
Oh wow. Let me see.
It's just me. Hey guys. Welcome to the Ryan Speaks Geek Weekend review.
Am I back?
No, just your voice. Wow,
that's really weird.
Having my face on the whole thing. This is
on my screen I can see me and you. This is really odd.
Ryan, not only do you watch Prime versus Prime, do you also watch Chefatron? Nope, I'm not big into cooking. I'm joking. I don't assume that's what it is. It's a cooking transformer show. Does he transform food into other food? Maybe.
Yeah, I am here still. I'm listening. I'm just listening for the way. It's really odd. I can see
we've got Jacob Toys on the line, my #1 subscriber. Go.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jacob Toys, to the Ryan Speaks Geek.
I love how this is just Ryan's face in review.
Basically, what they've been left with is some kind of balding git that's just talking, and then just the voice of Jake. Ash is in Disney. I mean, this is it. Ryan's new channel from Andy. Ryan Speaks Tech to Jacob. The funny thing is, if you really knew, like me and Jacob have been friends for so many years, and I basically have to sometimes ask Jake how to operate the most basic of electronics. One, Ryan must be Palpatine.
He's come in. He's just kicked us all. Sorrell has been taken by the mouse. The mouse has caught him up and just unplugged his Wi-Fi.
For me, execute order episode 82.
Wow, that's what we are. Episode 82, and we hit problems. That's fine.
Yeah,
I really don't understand why you can't see.
Most likely to cause problems, and yet I'm still working, baby.
It's really odd. Really odd. Yeah. So I'm just reading the comments as well.
He's just told me that actually Chefatron is a YouTuber who is a chef, but he also reviews toys, mainly focused on Transformers. Some Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe Classified, Star Wars, Black Series. I shall give him have a look.
It sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool.
I would be up for that. I would also like him to genuinely transform food into other food on the channel. That could be his other gimmick. So if you do speak to him in the comments, in the comment.
Talking other figures. Yeah, Mick, bet Jacob's on the AI again.
Oh wow, look at the figure you're holding, Jake.
Yeah, just look at this. I've got this brand new exclusive, never seen before ever product that I'm holding up now.
Brand new Hasbro Legends.
Can you see it? Can you see it?
Channel and only this exact moment.
This is a crossover between 3 of the big companies out there. They've come together. They sent it to me. But here we go. Here it is, everyone. I'm only allowed to show it for 30 seconds. So there we go. And now it's gone. Gone for good. Gone forever.
Like Jacob's mic has changed too. Oh, maybe has your input changed? Maybe.
No.
I know you've just got super. Not even SuperSorrell.
This is amazing. I love the fact that you can't see me. I don't understand why.
No one can. You're gone. And
let's have a look.
So now we've replaced SuperSorrell with just Super.
And now
my voice is echoing.
I'm on the show twice, everyone.
This is insane.
The best show on the internet.
Yeah. Can you see me or hear me?
Oh, I can't see you. I can hear you, and I can hear me.
Right.
I can only see a loading screen for Super.
Right. I'm just gonna talk. I'm here. I am here. And if my camera comes back in, I have no idea why it's cut me out. I really don't. Oh, and we've lost Ash.
Oh my God! Bye, Super.
We've lost.
It's all going wrong. I'm answering the comments. I'm keeping it live. Don't worry, mate. So,
Get to it.
Hasbro did actually combine Transformers and Star Wars. They had a whole subline, and what they didn't, unfortunately, didn't do the actual characters, but they did do Darth Vader as the Death Star, which was absolutely awesome. Hearing myself twice is horrible. My voice is awful. Oh God. I bet it's Ash's fault. Priggy and kind internet. There's the Mick we know and love.
Right, I tell you what, Ryan, I'm going to disappear and I'm going to come back.
Okay, comment people. Can you talk to me to keep me company? I don't want to be alone.
I will be back.
Ryan is in a stadium. Do you know what? I actually have performed in a stadium before. There you go. I was a gymnast for 14 years. And I actually played at the Birmingham Arena, me and my team, the Blue Falcon Gymnastic Display Team. So there you go. I have been in a stadium of sorts. Oh, I'm back twice again. Echo.
So you can't. This is mad. Never mind.
Oh, we'll push on.
Yeah, we'll push on. I am here. I'm here in spirit. Yes.
Hasbro Indiana Jones revealed. Am I on your speakers out loud? Is that why I can hear myself twice?
No, I've just put you into a headset just in case.
When Jacob comes back, Ryan echoes.
Yeah,
that can only happen if it's out loud. Andy, I will sing.
Yeah, this is strange. This is very strange. I have no idea.
My daughter's do gymnastics. I am your daughter. No, I'm joking. That'd be a shocking reveal. That's really cool. Like, gymnastics is an awesome thing to get into. It's a good team building thing. I actually really miss it. I did it for 14 years. Obviously, I'm not in the shape I was back then. You'll be very surprised to know. I had hair and no beard. Basically, this face upside down. But it's very good. Kick Ash. Ash is already gone. Not forever. Just in Disney. I see Jake's face.
Can you see me?
I can, but I can still hear
myself. There we go. That's really odd. I don't know why that is, but I am back. Unfortunately, I can't show that reveal that I just showed a minute ago. No, I was only allowed to show that between a very, very short window of time. So, yeah. But there we go. So I am back. So yeah, Indiana Jones. Let's talk Indiana Jones figures. We got some new ones revealed. I don't know about this line. I don't know how I feel about it.
Which one? There's 3 lines in the line.
No, as in as in.
Sorry. I do actually kind of get this when she. Oh.
Yeah, Ryan does get that a lot.
Weirdly, not the first kind of comment like that I've had before.
Yeah, Ryan does get that a lot. No, the whole kind of Indiana Jones thing, if you like as a range of figures, like the retro ones, I kind of get. I do get that because we had them before, and it's just kind of replicating what we had. And obviously, if anyone doesn't follow Steve Evans over on Instagram, it's actually the original figures that were used of his to create the molds and the casts and everything for these new ones. So they are based exactly on the original figures, which is really cool, really cool. If you go over and check out Steve Evans' Instagram account, he actually shows you. But the 6-inch line, I don't know how much life it's got. I really don't. It's like the Indiana Jones, the main Indiana Jones figure, the hat, the leather jacket, the whip. Very cool, very cool. And I'm really annoyed that I didn't pre-order one.
I know. I wish I'd had done as well. I don't collect 6-inch, but just as a statue almost that I can move.
Yeah.
As a one-off, I agree. But a whole line.
And I think that original figure, I'm gonna get it. I am gonna get it at some point, whether I end up getting it from one of the groups or, Mick runs a load of the UK groups on Facebook, so like Marvel Legends UK, G.I. Joe UK, Community UK. I haven't seen any Indiana Jones Community UK pop-ups yet, so Mick, maybe that's the next one for you. But on a group, I'll probably end up picking him up. But the rest of the figures, the rest of the line, I don't know. I loved the Indiana Jones films as a kid. I loved them as an adult. But I don't know if I need all of the characters on the shelf. And as they start showing us the other figures and Indiana Jones in other costumes and disguises and stuff, I'm like, do I really need to part with kind of £25 per figure?
I think, though, it might be a way to get into figure. Hearing myself is so weird. It might be a way to get into line for people that don't collect figures, for example, like don't collect Marvel Legends and stuff like that. But like if that's more of the kind of film that an adult walking down the street and seeing the Indiana Jones 6-inch figures might go, oh yeah, actually, that's the figures I could get. or like Jurassic Park or Ghostbusters, similar kind of thing. Like Ghostbusters figures, you had people that didn't collect Marvel Legends or anything like that. That was actually a few people I know who don't really collect figures or toys at all got the Ghostbusters figures.
Yeah. These are the groups.
I'll be your co-admin. Don't worry, I'll go with you.
I think if it was going to do a public vote there, I think you got to do Jurassic Park Community UK. There's surely got to be a huge market of Jurassic Park only collectors out there.
Yeah.
So JPC UK. There you go. There you go. That's the abbreviation. Oh, sorry, I thought I lost you again there.
No, I was checking if still echoing. No, I am.
You still echoing? Hang on, let me try this.
Okay, let me see if I. Oh yeah, well, obviously, because I'm guessing it's whatever's coming out of your.
That's really weird.
End.
That's really weird. Guess what? Guess who's back?
Whoa, it's Super.
He's back.
Whoa, there's an echo. What's going on?
Yeah, everyone's saying that. I don't understand why.
So apparently Mickey doesn't like it when you travel too far away from the castle because that's where the Wi-Fi is.
So you've just got to do donuts of the castle.
I'm literally just driving around in circles now.
Lamest Fast and the Furious film I've ever seen. He's frozen as well.
It's going to be security are going to be like, we've got some weird guy on the phone doing donuts of the castle. Can someone please go and boot him?
I'm literally just going round in a circle. This big circle there. I'm just going round and round and round.
That's amazing. That's amazing. People are going to start taking pictures of you soon.
I can hear an echo on
a new braid float.
You can hear an echo. Oh.
We are professionals.
Right, come back. I feel like I should repeat everything I say twice, just so that I have an echo as well. I feel a little bit left out. I feel like I should echo.
Mickey vision, see if I can see it. No.
I don't think. Oh dear. People are commenting still. Let's stay where we are. Stephen Butler, world's worst cup of tea cosplay from Ash. Ash. Oh, amazing. I'm loving this show. This is amazing. Technical problems, Ash dropping in and out and doing donuts at the castle. I'm actually crying. I really am. This is amazing. It's amazing. Only on the Geek Week in Review. Right, let's
get this most professional channel.
All we've got to have is someone crash it by like telling Ash he's got to stop doing what he's doing.
Just a minute, security guard white house
actually drag him off.
Oh.
Ash, see four-finger glove come on the screen and be like,
take it off road. Just go up on one of the hills. see how far you can get. Oh, amazing. Ash, while you're here, buddy, tell us about what's going on at Disney. What kind of things have you seen in the shops and stuff like
that? So there's all the new Guardians of the Galaxy merchandise out right now because the new ride opened not long ago. So it's Cosmic Rewind. So there's a whole new line of merchandise out. It takes place between the two films, and basically you have to help the Guardians take down a Celestial. That's the story of the ride, and there's a boatload of new merch that I've shown off in a couple of videos that I made. But there's some great. The Marvel Legends box set is £90, $90. But I think it's about right, isn't it? It's about £20 a figure. Gamora's hard to come by, so it's not a bad box set.
Yeah, the price of it over here isn't far off that, to be fair. But yeah, just anyone that doesn't follow Ash, follow SuperSorrell. Why? First question. But do go check out his videos because he's done some really cool kind of just. It just feels like you've just filmed everything. Like I've just been kind of following along. And it's just
We've got a picture of his lunch before he came on the show.
Yeah. Turned into one of them Instagrammers that was taking pictures of his dinner for us.
It's hard to find things to vlog out here now because obviously I've been in that office. I'm like struggling to find new things to vlog.
Yeah.
This is what Ash was eating, by the way, everyone. Just because
very tasty.
Ash's lunch in review. That's what this show is.
Oh, Mick said, Ash, get me a Star-Lord mask. Sorry, Mick, if he's getting anyone a Star-Lord mask, it's me.
Yeah. They are quite good. Have they still got them over in the park? Because they are quite hard to get over here now.
The Starlord
they
bats
are.
are still here in abundance. You can still get all the X-Wing pilot helmets in Galaxy's Edge. There's everything's in stock.
So
Oh,
what
wow.
are they like then? Are they just hollow plastic? Are they thick? Like, 'cause I mean,
The-
in comparison
the
to like, the
le-
Black
the
Series
Legends
ones,
one.
for example.
Are they not
It's
the
not a
Legends
Legends
one?
one. No, no,
Oh,
no.
is it
This
not?
is made by Disney Parks. It's the same like helmet ones. They're like thin plastic. About $50 is the cost.
Oh, 50.
But they're worth it though. They're really nice.
I
If
might
you
be.
do have
might-
space for one, can you just wear one home for me and just as part of your travelling clothes? I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mick, no hair though, Ryan. Does it work for you? I quit.
No, Ryan, you just got to wear it upside down, mate, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go. Stephen, so I thought the Guardians Legend box set's overpriced there. Picked it up in a Disney store in London for 60 quid. Yeah, it was reduced down. To be honest with you, it's one of the box sets I haven't picked up just because I've got all of those figures in my collection, and there wasn't enough of a change. I think one or two of the figures looked a little bit more updated, but yeah, it wasn't one for me. 60 is a good price though.
It's probably more targeted to someone like me who doesn't have any and would just want the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
So like when you're at Disney parks or whatever, and you go like, oh yeah, that would be my Guardians of the Galaxy thing.
The thing is, the prices out here are slightly inflated because it's Disney World. I bet if you check the DisneyStore.com website, I bet it'd be a different price.
Yeah, exactly. I remember being out there. When was the last time I went out? 2000 and it was just before lockdown. It was the summer before lockdown. And I remember having a little hunt, and all of the Legends, for example, were so high in price in comparison to what you would get in a regular store. You buy them in the parks, you are paying an overinflated price for a lot of the stuff. So you need to be someone that kind of knows their stuff or knows their, what to look for, I suppose, as opposed to just a casual buyer. So I remember seeing that 12-inch, one of the 12-inch Spider-Man figures, and it was stupid money. It was like a couple of $100, and I was like, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, the thing you want to look out for when you're out here is the parks exclusive sticker.
Yeah.
That means you can only get it in Disney World, not even in Disney Store, but just Disney World.
Yeah. The park's exclusive.
Like
But then even still, you got like they started doing park exclusive stuff. You can now get, can't you? There's some stuff that you can get. I know they did it with a lot of the Black Series that. Who was it?
Target during lockdown. They did a deal with Target, didn't they? For Galaxy Edge merchandise.
Yes, that's it.
UK got some as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in space when Ash talks. I feel like I should be floating like that.
It's amazing. It is amazing. It's amazing to. I feel like I'm there.
What I would love to say though is that he's had almost as many technical difficulties being halfway across the world as we've had being about 10-minute walk from each other.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. I actually don't know what's happened this week. It's insane. It is insane.
Do you know what? Weirdly, it's been my favourite show so far.
That doesn't
I just think it's funny that it's nearly bedtime for you and it's only 5 PM here.
Oh, I know. It's.
You could have
I actually feel more kind of awake seeing the sun and. Is the weather good out there? I know it sounds like a really boring subject, but is it like nice at this time of year?
That's the most English question you could have asked him.
No, I mean here it's rubbish. It's wet and it's cold.
Because of the weather front that came in, I think from you guys, like it came across the Atlantic. It bet it's cold overnight here, but it's going to get warm again tomorrow, about 26, 27.
Ash, can you just say for me, as a favour, can you just say Muppets in space?
Muppets in space.
Excuse me.
Nick's just put in the comments, Ryan's in space.
But what else happened this week?
Ryan's in space.
What else happened this week? So we had Quantum Mania trailer. We had the tease for Legends figures, Indiana Jones figures. What do they call Cadbury's fingers over there? There you go, Sorrel. That's a random one, but
I have not seen any Cadbury's products since I landed.
No, they don't do Cadbury's, do they?
Cadbury's is a predominantly English product, and one of the main differences between America and the US in regards to chocolate is chocolate was seen as a luxury and expensive product for adults. And in America, it was more candy, so it has a more sugar-rich content, which is why it's more aimed at children.
Out here, the local stuff's called Ghirardelli.
Wow. Wow. Excuse me.
Gareth doesn't have fingers or hands here.
Right,
The
Viz pulling it back to Indiana Jones. The Indiana Jones line falls short compared to the Transformers Red line and Bayverse Studio series. I just think it falls short. I just think it's short. I think it just falls short across all the lines. I just think there's not enough for me to kind of go, yes, I'm going to collect all of these.
It's a Peter Kay thing. Sorry, I've just realised.
It is a Peter Kay thing.
It is.
But yeah, it just doesn't appeal to me. Like I said, indie, I'd have, and short round as well. If they did a short round, I'd be all over that. But yeah,
I didn't get the whip. The whip was one of those things where it was so bad. That bit was a bit cringy in the old reveal. Didn't like that. Bit weird.
Is it? I actually missed the reveal. I was like, I'm not too fussed. Was it actually just a whip?
And the problem is, they're nice people, but there's a real lack of screen presence and charisma coming out of like the reveal stuff, and it sort of made it feel a bit flat. It's hard to articulate. I think it's lovely that we have a lot of the people from the teams like that are talking about the products they're working on in Hasbro and stuff. But I do think sometimes maybe you need people that are more suited to being on camera or more comfortable being a bit more extroverted and really talking about products, stuff like that. It's good to have the people that are designing it, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily they're the best person to sell it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk does some very great things, but he's a terrible person to be out front.
Yeah.
I'm not comparing them to Elon Musk. That'd be so cruel to the Hasbro people.
We can say that because we're not going out on Twitter, so we were all good. Stephen Butler there saying that short round was mentioned at the end of the stream. Speaking of which, I actually watched what's the film he was in recently?
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes.
Oh, such a good film.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't watch it again.
I actually would. The thing is, I do think seeing it in the cinema again had another element to it though, because it's such a sensory overloaded film. I think seeing it in the cinema, it's sort of better on the big screen. Don't know how much. I haven't seen it on the small screen, so I haven't seen, because there are some films that just don't translate as well to a small screen as they do seeing it in a cinematic experience.
It was
Ash
good.
is now
It was good.
breaking the internet.
We
the best.
Joby Ryan Zecco gives DJ Khaled go. DJ speaks geek.
DJ speaks geek.
But I did see it. And shall I tell you what? Based on your recommendation, do you know what I started watching as well? National Treasure.
Oh, the films.
No, I've watched the films, you wombat. I started
watching. Do you mean him?
Yeah, I'm saying based on the recommendation, I watched the series and I've binge watched it to episode 7. Like it is awesome. It is really cool. Really, really cool.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good then, because I love.
She's really likable as a character as well, which I thought was good.
Yeah, and I love the little callbacks to the films as well. Like it is really woven tightly to the film, but far enough apart that it's its separate own thing. Like you're not kind of waiting for Nicolas Cage to show up, but he's there. You know he's there in the same universe, and it's
still the Declaration of Independence.
But they talk about that. And there's a lot of reoccurring characters, like Sorrell said. It's just a really good show. It's really easy to watch. It's got a lot of kind of teen vibes. It's kind of like obviously aimed more at a younger audience, I think. But if you're a fan of the original films, it's definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch.
Groovy. I shall check it out. I keep trying to look where he is. Give us a location.
This segment of the show is guess Sorrell's location. Oh, where are you?
Space Mountain.
Oh, nice.
Oh God, that sounds so much cooler when he says it now. Ash, you're gonna have to stay out there now and just do our announcements.
Anybody hyped for The Last of Us? Viz coming in with The Last of Us. Yes, I was going to mention this actually. I am actually hyped for it. It's so far it's looking good. It is looking good. Computer game to TV stroke movie crossovers don't tend to go all that well. But I'm relatively optimistic about Last of Us. I think that it looks like it could be quite good. And they seem to have got
good reviews.
Yeah, they seem to have got the characterization down quite well.
I think that's the main thing for these as well, because like this is such a character-driven, even game. Like it's so character-driven. Like, and that if you muck those up and made too many changes, I think that's where a lot of people would riot, as the internet expression always is. And if I get this wrong, we riot or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that I haven't seen a lot of people going like burn the studio, I will take that as that it's looking like it's very promising so far.
Yeah, I think it's quite topical as well. Like, you know, the kind of theme of the game, the theme of what the series looks like it's going to be going down seems very popular at the moment. Speaking of unpopular, did you hear about Velma, the spin-off kind of?
Yeah, I'm still really curious to see it. It's Mindy Kaling, and Mindy Kaling does some great stuff. We lost Super. Mindy Kaling does some amazing things. She's written some of my favourite episodes of The Office. Very, very funny. And to be honest, I saw the trailer and I thought it looked really entertaining. It had that sort of adult animation kind of vibe, like humour-wise, and I thought that looked really cool. So I'm going to reserve judgment till I've actually watched it.
I think it's one of those trailers. It's one of those things as well that I think, off the back of Wednesday being so popular and that being very much a kind of, you know, 80s and before kind of popular show where they've taken a central girl and made a girl out of it and made her the central character, there's a lot of parallels, and I think people, whether they're realising it or not, are drawing a lot of comparisons in the respect of, oh, they did a Wednesday show based on Wednesday from the Addams Family, and now they're doing a Velma show based on Velma from Scooby-Doo, and I think that's going to have a role to play, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. But I did read some things that they didn't originally want to make it like Scooby-Doo and the Gang centric. They wanted to make it very away from all of that, but they were told that they weren't allowed to.
Makes sense. It's interesting to say about the comparisons. My favourite thing about people always say about that, things like they've done a Wednesday and now they're doing Velma. People talk about it as if like someone made it last week.
Oh, I know, exactly.
It's a really bizarre thing. It's like when that dual films come out and it's coincidental, but like people go like, but it's like they've both been working on it secretly, separately for like 3 years or whatever. But everyone just thinks, I don't know, like it happens in a week. It's bizarre. I don't really get that people were like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they had to make some changes. I thought I read originally that it was only going to be Velma in it, not the whole gang. So I agree. I think maybe it must have been some studio interference saying they have to at least feature the rest of the mystery gang. Will Scooby make an appearance at some point?
Don't know. Maybe.
Bad Batch does, because we saw that someone had a. In one of the episodes, so there's a screen grab and it says on the chat log, it says Scrappy Doo.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
Not Scrappy Doo, anything but Scrappy Doo.
I loved Scrappy Doo.
I loved him as a kid. I thought the movie, he was hilarious. Well, good
Scrappy Power! I loved it. He was up there with Super Ted for me.
Oh, Super Ted. Those vitamins turned out to be so bad for you, but like at the time, I thought that was what made me healthy.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they did, and they made them for a long time. There was just something really odd about Super Ted. Anyway, Bad Batch. Let's talk Bad Batch quickly, and then we can talk retro cartoons.
The best episode of the season and the show.
It was good. It was very good. I kind of called what Crosshair was going to do. I kind of expected him to do something like that towards the end of it. But I'm really liking the tone of it this season. I think they're doing really well with it.
I think as well what's interesting, there's been a really weird shift in tone of late. So now everyone always used to moan about the politics in Star Wars. Like, Episode 1 came out, and everyone says about the politics, and everyone used to moan about it. But I still think I maintain the politics are one of the most interesting parts of Star Wars. Even when it was just the original 3 films, I still think there's an interesting sort of part to play in that. And this is a really interesting time because we had all that stuff for this. We watched Attack of the Clones and we were like, the Separatists are the bad guys, the Republic's the good guys, and it only turns evil when the Emperor takes control. But then actually, now all these shows are coming out, like the Tales of the Jedi, Bad Wars, stuff like, and Obi-Wan. You're seeing these sort of bits in between, and you're seeing that actually maybe the Separatists weren't. That their intentions might have been actually something good, and it's just some of the Separatists were bad, and it's really sort of messing with, it's muddying that water between good guy, bad guy from like those original prequel films now.
Yeah,
because now you're looking at different. Like this episode, you kind of really sympathise with the Confederacy, the Separatists. They just wanted to be left alone. They didn't want to be part of the Republic, and they didn't want to be part of the Galactic Empire, and that's what they wanted. And they tried to negotiate to just be left alone, and they weren't allowed. It's an interesting thing because it's like being forced to be part of something when you don't want to be part of it. It's kind of it's interesting. It's a really interesting time for Star Wars.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I agree. And I think the thing I like about it as well is the tone of the show. Is it gives you a load of information, and like you say, it kind of breaks things down and that kind of stuff. But at the same token, it's not really heavy watching. Like you can watch it and sort of just take all that information in, enjoy it for the animation and the style of it and everything like that, but feel like you've come away with something new. Joby one there calling it the whole Count Dooku called it line. Yeah, I like that as well. That was a good little callback. Yeah, I like that.
Count Dooku's become like a weird, like almost folk hero in Star Wars now.
I really liked him.
He's always been cool, but what I mean is like there's more like a again, sort of maybe secretly the good guy in some ways. Sort of, it's a bizarre thing between the Tales of the Jedi and this and everything. I've seen a few posts online, people sort of going like, oh, actually, Count Dooku, maybe he was such a bad guy after all. Like, not like, let him watch your kids, but sort of, maybe he had a few points politically, sort of thing.
How long is it until Mandalorian season 3's out? It's got to be soon, surely.
I'm all for release dates. Super.
Who's ready for another raid?
What? Sorrell,
how many plays are there?
He's circled around. He's either overtaken the parade and kind of circled back, or there's another one. What's this parade for? So they've all got a name.
Mate, there's a parade every 10 seconds out here.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Oh, look up. I'm doing Ash's job now. I'm looking at when The Mandalorian season 3 comes out.
Yeah, see, our man in the chair is quite literally
behind the chair.
Like Sorrell quite literally is the man in the chair going around Disney. Like it's like he's taken that role literally this week.
1st of March.
1st of March. Okay, so that's not too long at all. That isn't too long at all.
So we'll probably finish Bad Batch straight into.
Oh look.
Oh, my favourite Disney character, man in a bowler hat.
Andy came in very quickly there, just in front of you, I think, Ryan. But the comment didn't come up.
I'm going to say that mine was quicker somehow.
Mick saying, I only got a few episodes through Bad Batch. Same for Andor. I feel like I'm in a hit with Star Wars fatigue, which I've never expected. No, I do get what you mean. That hit me with Andor. Stick with it. Or
I'm
binge it all at the end.
At the moment, I still haven't finished Miss Marvel. I still haven't finished She-Hulk. I'm awful. I need to get back. I did finish Moon Knight. I need to go back and finish other films, but I got a bit Marvel fatigued.
Yeah,
and especially when I saw Thor: Love and Thunder, I went because I kind of felt like I had to go and see the new Marvel film, not because I wanted to go and see the new Marvel film. And that was a weird feeling, because normally I'm excited for those. Black Panther I was genuinely excited about, but what smeg is that?
Yeah.
It's a compass. Why is there a box compass?
What is that?
Oh, it's Ryu. Did I see Ryu in The Last Dragon, and then also the fox from Zootropolis?
Of course.
Is it just about? Oi, Keith, who's about in the canteen? Let's get him out.
Who's this dancing behind? What is that? Aladdin? Timon and Pumbaa? King Louis? We got loads of characters.
The
Sorrel's
raccoon
done it.
from
Look,
Pocahontas.
get someone to wave to us, Sorrel. We want to wave. Get one of them to wave. I want to see a character come up to the camera. Get this guy.
I'm doing that old person thing. I'm just getting close to the screen. I'm like,
just push forward on your car and just pretend that you can control it. Get caught on the parade.
hit yourself to the back of that float.
Who's that?
It's one of those singing birds from the Three Amigos.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, Disney.
Is that Mary Poppins and Bert?
Mary Poppins and Max, Goofy's son.
Just, that crossover you never knew you needed.
Maxi Poppins.
I really want to see one of these characters wave at the camera now.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I love how Sorrel's got like front row seats though. Just like, get out of my way. Like, I'm watching his parade.
I'm live streaming this mother flipper.
Oh, he's lost his audio.
He pulled his jack out. That did not sound right at Disney Park.
Don't do that in Disney.
No, don't do that in Disney. Oh, Viz says that Marvel has been real quiet with their TV release dates. What if Season 2 rumoured to be delayed to 2024? And Secret Invasion will likely to be released in spring 2023.
Yes, this is true.
I don't know any of them updates.
Yeah, this is true. They have been. I must admit, I remember when Disney Plus first kind of was being talked about. Because that's a couple of years now. What are we looking? 2 years ago since WandaVision came out. And I remember kind of thinking, this is a streaming site I'm going to have to subscribe to, because I would go and watch every single film because I would want to know what was going on going into the next film. And I remember thinking, I'm going to have to get this streaming site because there's going to be so much information on telly that I'm going to miss. And they really haven't held back with that. Like, you can go into films nowadays and really miss a big chunk of kind of what's happened in the universe. So, but I don't know why they've been quiet with these release dates. I mean, what if...
My dad's biggest complaint about coming into the films is because he says, I can't watch a film without feeling I have to watch 6 series, 2 this, read a mini-series book, and done this, and watched this. And he goes, it's very hard to just go in and enjoy a singular film now.
Yeah, but they're above all that now, aren't they?
They're Galaxy films, because he's like, they're the most contained ones, he thinks. And he goes, I enjoyed those because they're their own...
But they're kind of past all that now, aren't they? They're a big expanded universe of film and TV that they kind of expect the viewer and the customer to kind of watch and be up to date with. But yeah, I don't know. What if, I suppose, with the season of that being pushed back, it's not going to make a big difference to everything else going on, because that is kind of a self-contained thing. Secret Invasion, I heard that they are pushing it back. That they are putting it to spring 2023, but then I also heard that Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty that they announced a little while back have also been pushed back, because there's going to be things that are happening with the television shows that potentially are going to tie in. Like, I think Moon Knight Season 2 is going to be out before that film, and Miss Marvel Season 2 is going to be out before that film. They're just things that I was reading on the internet. But it makes sense.
What have I told you about the internet? It's a dangerous place, Jake. It
is. You've got to be careful. Do not go looking at certain things. You fall down a big rabbit hole and then...
Rise trailer.
Oh, yeah.
That
Did you
looks
watch
good.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I kind of feel there's going to be some good horror films this year. I don't know why, I just got in my bones. There's going to be some good horror this year.
That
I'm
Evil
looking
Dead
forward to
trailer.
Yeah. Evil Dead does look really good. I'm looking forward to Scream as well. I don't know. I'm a fan of the Scream films, and I just like the way that they've kind of changed the angle on it.
I liked the last one a lot. I thought the last one was brilliant.
Yeah,
I googled Jacob's Toys and saw all sorts.
Oh mate, that's a past life, Mick. Do not do not look at what Jacob's...
It was a different kind of toy he used to review back then.
It was, well, not review, just sell. Like, it was like Blade got pushed way back as well. Joey One saying there, yeah, Blade has been pushed back as well. I'm excited for Blade. That's probably the one that I'm most hyped up for, to be fair.
I'm actually gutted that's been pushed back. I was looking forward to that. That's one of the ones I was looking forward to.
Yeah. But I wonder, like, what is going on with these things? Like, why are they pushing them back? it's got to be something to do with
Story.
continuity and story arcs and stuff like that. So, but we're in it now. We're on that conveyor belt. So, when September 2024. There we go. Yeah, I agree with Mick here about pushing stuff back. Better to be pushed back rather than to be rushed and to be shite. I do agree. Yeah, I just think that I don't know. We're on that conveyor belt. Once Quantumania is out, we've kind of entered that next phase. We've entered that lead up to the Kang Dynasty films and stuff. So yeah, I mean they can't push things back too much. Viz is saying the movie release dates are still the same, but the TV release dates are unknown for Marvel. Yeah, that probably makes a lot of sense.
Anything can happen there. Anything can change. That's the thing. It's always language.
Sarshay, Mick,
the dates will always change. But then the thing is, that's why I always like it's ambitious to suddenly go like, this is the slate coming out there. So it's like, just tell us what films are coming out. Don't keep giving half-hearted dates. Just tell us that what order they're coming out in. That's fine.
Yeah, I think the problem is as well with the internet the way it is that you get so like the thing that I'm really bored about reading about now because it pops up on my feeds all the time is kind of previous Marvel property actors in talks about Secret Wars and haven't been approached or would like to return and all that kind of stuff, and it's like just like it's really kind of you're really scraping the barrel sometimes for some of these characters.
Yeah, but it was the same with Multiverse of Madness. That's what I was getting sort of really bored of. Do you remember every conversation we had? I was like, I just can't be bothered with this anymore.
But none of it ended up being true. None of it ended up being true. They were talking about Ghost Rider. Like Ghost Rider was rumored, like such a long time before the film came out, all the way up until when it came out, and then it was almost like, oh yeah, it's not. He's not in it.
The only two I heard rumored that were actually true was John Krasinski as Reed Richards and Patrick Stewart coming back.
Yeah.
They were the only two that I'd heard that turned out to be true.
Do you know he was in the running for Captain America?
Yeah, he was actually the runner-up. He came very close.
16th he came.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 16th. He was on the Graham Norton show.
Yeah, I thought he read that he was done the next.
Yeah, he tried costumes on and stuff like that. Like he got to that stage, but he talks about it on the Graham Norton show. But yeah, he was something like 16th or whatever in the running.
He would have made a good Captain America.
I think he would. I really like him as an actor.
You seen him in Jack? Is it Jack Reacher, Jack Ryan?
Yeah. He's good in that.
He can do action.
Yeah. Mick says there.
Yeah.
I agree with Ryan. Having the date set is a problem because the second it's pushed back, it becomes Captain Marvel is in trouble because it's coming out 2 days later. Yeah, exactly. I like that you use Captain Marvel.
Or like my other biggest bugbear is when people go like, so and so is having reshoots because of blah blah blah. It's like, and then everyone starts speculating, because of bad fan reactions. It's like, no, that reshoots have been such an integral part of Hollywood for years and years. It's only because now the internet's out that we suddenly go like, reshoots must mean it's bad. It's not. People watch it and they go, okay, that doesn't quite work. It's like an artist. You do the painting and then you go, I need to change that. That doesn't quite work. Or I think that would work better. Or you might get it and go, no, that's not the right way we want to do it. Or that's not going to show what I'm trying to say in this film. That's why reshoots happen. And it's like, I hate when people just latch onto that and think that every time the word reshoot comes out, that, something's bad about the film. And then people go into the film and start reviewing it badly on Rotten Tomatoes before it even comes out. Or they just go into the film going, it's going to be rubbish, that's a reshoot. Every film has reshoots. It's very rare a film doesn't have reshoots nowadays.
There was a couple. There's always going to be a couple that are reshooting because there's trouble or there's problems. Of course there is. We lost Sorrell now. But it doesn't. It's not the majority. Patrick Stewart as Captain America. No, he wasn't 16th in line for Captain America. He was actually 20th.
John Krasinski.
No, Patrick Stewart as Captain America would have been quite fun though, wouldn't it?
Especially because he would have just kept his English accent.
Yeah, I heard that about Jensen being offered Hawkeye and wouldn't leave Supernatural. Ooh. I did hear that, and I don't know. I really like Jeremy Renner. I really like Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. But
Jeremy Renner.
Oh, I know, yeah. But Jensen would have been awesome. Jensen as Captain America. only after watching The Boys and seeing him as what's his name, I can really see it now. Like, what's the name of character?
I haven't seen the boys.
Oh,
That makes it sound like I've lost people. Oh, I haven't seen the boys.
I haven't seen The Boys. All American Man. That's it. All American Man. And it's basically he's literally wearing a Captain America cosplay costume. Like it's you need to watch The Boys. It really takes
It's
the
on
mick
my
out of
ever-growing list. I go watch the Umbrella Academy.
Soldier Boy. That's it. Not All American Man. I was like, hang on, Mick.
Oh, I haven't heard Soldier Boy for a while.
Yeah. No, but Soldier Boy is the name of his character. No, Soldier Boy is the name of his character. But yeah, he's just he's got like a really the costume is almost identical to Captain America in the MCU, but he just plays it. He does drugs and he does all sorts of like really questionable things. Yeah, and I think him as a Captain America would have been really cool after seeing him portray that.
You daft bastard. Why
I'm
did he
saying
suddenly
he's
turn
All-American Man.
into Sean
Yeah.
Bean?
Yeah. That's it. Listen,
bastard.
Mick. I am full of a cold right now. I'm impressed. I can even read what's being said, being typed.
Does old
You see in my eyes like how puffy they are. I'm actually gonna sit back because my eyes are proper puffy. But yeah. No, But yeah, you got to watch The Boys. The Boys is an amazing TV show. Amazing TV show. I'd vote for Mick to play Captain Britain.
They would never get past the censors. It'd be cancelled after like 3 minutes.
Is that allowed? Like, is he?
He's
is
already
he tall
illegal in
enough?
6 countries.
Yeah. Who do you think will play Captain Britain? Because they are going to obviously have a Captain Britain turn up at some point.
I don't know. I mean, everyone's default answer is to say Luther. Like Idris Elba, but he's already been in it. But
Yeah.
anything English comes out that needs to be a hard ass, people just go Idris Elba. Like, no, it'll be someone else.
Well, they're talking about. There's a lot of talk about Henry Cavill, isn't there? Especially after
There
losing
is.
Superman.
And
I could
kind
see
of
that.
see it,
I could see it.
but I kind of would want them to go maybe someone more unknown almost. And I kind of
Yeah.
feel like I would rather have a Captain Britain series rather than a film.
Oh, okay, that would be work. I would really like to.
Henry Cavill as
Cavill
Sentry.
Sentry, yeah, that would work. It's very but it is essentially Marvel's version of Superman, so it would be a little bit on the nose.
Yeah.
But I would Captain Britain as a TV show would actually be quite enjoyable, and I'd like it to go down the kind of, you know, the origins of the sword and all that kind of stuff. Like I think they could make it really kind of quite
It would be a lot
gritty.
more compelling and a lot more sort of, you could really go deep into that mythology element of it
Yeah.
in a series, and I think it would be lost in a film because you'd have to skip over so much to get it in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I think a series, and you could add, and the thing is as well, you could add a lot more of the side characters that probably wouldn't get the highlight in a film, but you could add them into that series, and it could be a good little gateway into other ones, and you could have that whole. What was the team he was in?
Excalibur.
Yeah, Excalibur. They could easily lead to a Excalibur series, and you could really sort of set that up in a series that you probably couldn't do in a film.
And there's a lot of crossover with X-Men as well. There's, various X-Men characters that are part of Excalibur, and I think that it's one that would work quite well once the X-Men are established, and maybe to introduce those X-Men characters from Excalibur into the universe before introducing him into the X-Men teams and stuff like that. I know the timelines would be off, but from a cinematic point of view, it'd be a good way of kind of going, here's one bunch of X-Men, here's another bunch, and then they all kind of come together in a big X-Men film at the end. That would be quite fun.
In a big old X-Men film.
Big one, yeah.
Whatever happened to Harry Styles' character? And Patton Oswalt's weird CGI troll thing from the end of.
They'll be coming back. They'll be coming back.
What was it? What film was it? The Immortals? No.
Eternals.
Eternals. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's just been so many films.
Yeah, it'll be coming back. He'll be coming back. I like Harry Styles. I'm not gonna lie. Do you? Oh, here we go, Andy. I did watch the Eternals again the other day. Do you actually think they'll make a Black Knight movie? Again, a Black Knight film or a TV show is something I'd like to see, and I think that they will. I think they'll be building up these they're not kind of lower level characters, but kind of
Not your standard lunchbox characters.
yeah. I think that they will slowly build them up, and I think based on kind of Moon Knight and how successful Moon Knight was, I think that gives them the scope to potentially explore these kind of characters. I think Black Knight would be good. Because it's Kit Harington, I don't want it to be just Game of Thrones Marvel edition. That's my only concern. It's a very similar character. I mean, not if you go into kind of like the comic history and stuff like that, but essentially like a knight. When you look at him on the surface, it's a knight with a sword, like, you know, and it's very Game of Thrones on a poster, you know. So, and that kind of disappointed me a little bit because I was kind of like, you've essentially cast the stereotypical person who plays a knight in popular TV shows.
True, but you know, he could surprise us. He could do something completely different.
Yeah, I mean, he's not that bad of an actor. It could be good, but I would like to see a Black Knight movie, or at least a TV show, or at least him feature more. So similar to how he featured in Eternals, but feature in another film or another TV show as Black Knight.
Yes.
Because that was Blade's voice as well at the end, wasn't it? So, you know, at the end of Eternals, we had Black Knight teased and we had Blade teased. So, is he gonna show up in the Blade movie? You know, is that going to be an element of the film, or would he be a post-credit scene or something?
I just couldn't get the troll thing that Patton Oswalt was playing.
Yeah, what is it?
I didn't even question that Harry Styles' character was Thanos' brother or whatever, but I was like,
Pip the Troll. Yeah, I think that's the name.
I don't know why that wrong-footed me more than the fact that you know, Harry Styles wasn't giant and blue, but like
yeah,
he didn't look like Grimace. So that confused me more was the troll thing. I was so distracted by that, didn't even question the fact that why is Harry? Because I don't know the comics that well. So why is Harry Styles not a big blue guy?
It's all to do with his heritage and stuff like that, and
magic.
What happens over there? Yeah, comic book basically. But speaking of comic books, Viz there talking Black Knight, Moon Knight, Blade, Werewolf by Night, and Doctor Strange teaming up as Midnight Suns would be awesome. A Midnight Suns TV series would be incredible. I don't know whether they would have Strange in it though. I don't know whether they'd swap Strange out for someone else, because all of the others, Moon Knight, Blade, Werewolf by Night, potentially Black Knight, they're all kind of lower budget characters, whereas Doctor Strange is up there now as one of the big. Wong could be a good one, yeah.
He does appear in like everything with his sidekick now.
Yeah, Wong would be a good way of that would be quite cool actually. I'd be up for a Wong as part of Midnight Suns. That'd be a good way of giving him his own like real story arc. Just thinking about how Doctor Strange plays out in
Wong puts the Midnight Suns together because Doctor Strange is off doing his stuff. So
that would
Wong
actually
needs
work.
help.
Just trying to thinking about how Doctor Strange kind of the part that he plays in Midnight Suns. I would really like to see that played by Wong. That might just be me personally, but yeah, I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Andy's saying unless they introduce Black Knight as a guest in one of the TV shows, similar to what they did with Shining Knight in Stargirl. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I didn't watch all of Stargirl. I started watching it, but I know I've seen the clips. So, Stephen just commenting there. Midnight Suns. Yep, Midnight Suns with a U is of course the game. Midnight Suns, as in your son, is.
These are my children. These are my children of midnight.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to put that in.
A pipe for this series.
Yeah. I used to have a pipe. I didn't smoke it, but I had it.
I had it for just looking wistfully at things.
Yeah, I don't even know. It was my grandpa's. I don't know why I ended up with it, but he didn't even smoke it that much. It was just like
just needed it to look wistfully.
Yeah, it wasn't even that special. It was just a pipe. I was like, yeah, I'll have this. This is cool. Whatever happened to a pipe? Why did the pipe die out? Like, why do you not see people
it's still piping? Very much around. My uncle actually does smoke a pipe still.
No, but I mean like younger people. Like, why is it that they're picking up on vaping, they're picking up on cigarettes, even cigars, but why is the pipe not a thing?
It will come back soon.
Like, you can see it now, can't you? Everyone's standing outside a nightclub with a pipe, like putting their tobacco in.
It'll be some hipster in sort of weird denim shorts, but like they're somehow formal at the same time as being casual. And they're despite never having listened to the band, thinking it's
Well, I just think with the hipster
with a pipe, and you'll be going, oh yeah, pipes are in there.
With the hipster kind of trend, I'm surprised that they didn't pick up on pipes.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
They'll do vape pipe soon. It'll be like a vape shaped like a pipe. Why don't they do that? Now that is more interesting. I've killed Jake with that one. That idea is so good. I've genuinely taken the breath out of Jake. That's how good that idea was. So the Geek Week will now be launching a new special edition series of vapes in the shape of pipes. So look forward to that coming out in the future. That is from our product line. Mick Spector, I fucking live in denim shorts. I don't know how I feel about that.
Because Mickey boy, unless they're Daisy Dukes, I am not interested.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's are these boots made for walking? That's what I want to know.
I was imagining Mick now in like cut off denim shorts and cowboy boots. Thank you for that image. I think is the obvious response to that.
Just share that to the world.
Yeah. So what have we got coming this week? Is there anything actually coming up this week?
We've got another episode of Bad Batch, obviously on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I think that's it this week.
We've got Marvel Legends. There's going to be a reveal this week, supposedly for Marvel Legends. We're putting money on it being Quantumania.
Probably. I mean, the last trailer's out, and some dickbag on Instagram will probably get the pictures like 3 minutes before they do the reveal and then share it anyway. So,
well, the thing is Funko Pop have already kind of spoilt some of the figure reveals and the costume kind of looks. I think
it is hard to keep anything secret nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the trailer's kind of shown us Kang. It's shown us the Ant-Man costumes. I think the only one that people didn't know what to expect was MODOK, but based on the trailer and based on Funko Pop, we kind of know what MODOK's going to look like now. And I'm saying it now because a lot of people are hating on the kind of the metal face, but I'm quite excited by it. I'm not going to lie. There's something. Cool. I'm intrigued. That's the wrong. Excited's the wrong word. I'm intrigued to see why, because they're obviously changing his origin story a little bit. So I'm intrigued as to why there's this protective kind of thing. And if you actually look at the metal face, that looks a lot more comic book than the second we got of the human face. But yeah, there we go.
I agree. I think they're going to try something different with it. And that's the problem. You got people have to be open to the idea. Like we're seeing these in live action films, which is not a format we've seen them in. You've got to let them get creative with it. You've got to let them experiment with it. I know you want to see what's in your comic book, but sometimes comic books just don't translate brilliantly. And the other thing is, if you're giving that into someone might want to do a different interpretation. Like every comic book artist has a different idea of how to draw a character. This is no different. The film has a different way they want to interpret this character, and people should be a bit more open-minded about seeing that. Let's actually watch the film, see what the direction they're going is. Like you said, there's a whole change in the origin, obviously, going to happen. Yep. So let's see why it's like that. I don't get why we're just so quick because suddenly we see a 3-second image, if that, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's not blah blah blah." But every comic book artist changes the look of their characters. MODOK does not look in the same from his first appearance to his current appearance in the comics.
No.
So no. It's evolution.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. So I think that's about it. I think we have to round up. My cold is getting the better of me, so we're gonna call it quits now.
I don't think Ash's amazing space voice to do the keep it.
I know. He's not dialed back in. I haven't heard any messages from him, so he has either joined the parade and he is now part of that parade, and we will see him at some point.
He's in the Magic Kingdom Castle prison.
Yeah. Ryan, you need to be the voice of reason on the internet. Wise words. There we go. Well, we'll soundbite. That particular bit, and you can download it as a ringtone. Thank you. So Sorrell's either in that parade, and he's now officially a member of the cast at Disney. You know what, Mick? I was literally just about to say, and he has been taken in. You just imagine him. They've put him in somewhere, and he's just now part of that Oh, it's a small world.
Week in review.
Yeah.
Geek Week in review.
That is, I'm calling it now. That is essentially that's your Simpsons reference there, and I appreciate that. That's very much a Simpsons reference. So that is it. Thank you very much, as always, for tuning in and sticking with us this week. Have no idea what happened with the technical bits and bobs, with Sorrell dropping in and out, with the constant echoes, with my face disappearing. But you know what? This is live. This is the fun of it. It's all good. It's all fun. There we go. Was it Family Guy? Was it? I thought it was. Oh, it is Family Guy. Man, I have just been mugged off on my own show here.
Give the guy a break.
Yeah. I thought it was Simpsons, but it's not, is it? It's Family Guy. Yeah,
that was
Family Guy.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Your kind words. It was great fun.
Yeah, that was a good one. We enjoyed it. But no, thanks for sticking with us. I will be back to better health next week. I think Sorrell's back in the country next week.
I lose track, to be honest.
I do as well. I swear he's got like an annual pass. Like, it's like if he doesn't get a job there at some point, then yeah, that's just not even it. But yeah, so that's it. That's about it for us this week. Thank you as always. If you stuck around to the end, we do appreciate you. We really do. We will be back next Sunday, same time, same place. Hopefully with less issues. Potentially talking about things that haven't yet happened. So till next week, keep it geek.